Hey, it's Rainy and Ray. We're back. Hey, everybody. We're talking freely. Oh my God, it's been a while, so we might be a little rusty. All right.
So another good day.
Man, it's been how long? Like a month. We haven't been on here in a month, at least.
Yep, life happens.
Yeah. So, took my mom back home, and then I came back, and I'll probably have to go back out there in the fall and go bring her back. Hopefully this time it'll be for good.
Yeah, and she'll be able to miss the winter, so that'll be good.
Yeah, she just needs to be here. It's weird. I wake up and I'm like, I keep waiting for her to come out. You know, so.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah. And she has my little doggy with her to keep her company. So she has my Camilla with her.
She did?
Yeah, she has her.
Aw.
Yeah, so that was a little hard for me to,
yeah,
to do that, but yeah, I was like, well, she can keep her company, but it'll make it easier for me because that way I have a couple trips that I need to do, and right. I can't take the dog, even though I have her registered as an emotional support animal. Some places still won't let you unless they're a service animal.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
That was a waste. That was a wasted $100 for not being able to even utilize it. But anyway, so she's out there with her Grammy, and or her Pama. That's what I call her Pama. She's with her Pama.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So anyway, I just hope that I see my little baby again. She's old. She's getting old and not getting around very good. So, yeah, I dread that. But my mom has a vet visit for her on the 6th of May.
Okay.
So, we'll see how she's doing. Hopefully she's still got a little bit in her to make it 6 months.
Right,
so,
definitely.
Yeah. Anyway. So, in other news, what's going on?
Yeah, what's new and exciting?
Yeah, what's new with you?
Not much. Just watching people try to kill the president again.
Yeah. That's nuts. 3 strikes, you're out, man.
That was the third one.
I know, but it didn't work.
Right.
I guess,
so we can stop now, everybody. Just stop.
Right. As Erica Kirk would say, stop.
I forgot about that.
Just stop. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It is quite terrifying, though. Yeah, it's quite terrifying. I was just at a Right for Life event with Laura Trump a couple weeks ago, and there was Secret Service, and but you don't think about it. You feel safe. You're at Trump Tower. You're in this fancy place with all these fancy people, and you wouldn't expect something like that to happen. So it's quite terrifying. And if you ask me, Trump didn't look like he was the least bit phased. But
it was like he was totally oblivious to what was going on around him, and I'm like, that's like letting your guard down, really. Like you have total trust in everybody if you're that relaxed in an event. When his wife was like seeing what's going on, and
her face looked like complete terror. Like she knew it had gone on her right away. Something was wrong.
Yep. A lot of people. And it's weird. It's like when you notice other people looking around and like something's going on, you're like, what's going on? What's going on? And and that's like everybody else's reaction. And Trump's just like, and then some stupid dude, here, this is what your baby's name's going to be. Right. Yep, I wrote it down. I guessed it. All I guessed was like, just based on whatever you told me. You said that this or that, whatever, and just based on your personality, I think this is what your baby's name is. So apparently it was Vivian. Vivian is what he wrote on that paper, I guess. And supposedly that's what Caroline is naming her baby.
Aww.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. You know, it's just like, you know, things I've seen, little clips. I can't know if that was an actual one from her or what, but anyway. Well, so that was that whole deal going on.
Yeah, I was watching it. I don't understand why he wasn't reacting at all. And, I mean, I react. Everywhere I go now, I'm like, oh, someone's going to do something. You have to be careful.
You have to keep your head on a swivel all the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, even anybody, just if don't get too comfortable anymore, because you don't know what the heck's going on around you. You know, places you felt safe before aren't, you know?
Right.
It's like, I felt safe in my own town.
Right.
And that's crazy.
Well, I had this cross necklace that was my father-in-law's from Italy, and it was, he wore it like every day. He gave it to my husband, and we had it hanging up, and when Charlie Kirk got shot, I put it on. And so I've had it for like, you know, 30 years or something, and I wore it. Well, I wore it every day. But when I was going downtown to this event, I took it off. And I forgot to put it back on since. But I took it off because I don't want anyone to grab, you know, my neck. You don't know what's going to be happening. You're going to a nice event, but are there going to be protesters? Are they going to attack you? It's like, I'm always thinking of these stuff when I'm absolutely nobody. And he's just like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And, you know, and this wasn't even at the White House. I was like, it's like, what, how... Like, this guy flew in from California and was at this whatever. I don't know if it was a resort or just some hotel or whatever. That they were having the, whatever, what was it called? The White House Correspondents' Dinner? Something like that. So it's like, did that guy know that it was going to happen and he deliberately planned this all out, or was he just happened to be there?
No, he did. He planned it out. He did know it was happening and he planned it out. The thing that is terrifying, though, is I'm thinking, okay, I was in Trump Towers at this dinner, and there could have been a guest that came a couple days before and have guns in their room and then come in just shooting. You know, it's... I listened to Dan Bongino, and he said the box is too small. Like, the security was too tight around a very short perimeter. So, are you going to get, you know, you have to spread it out and have layers of it. So you have a box and a box and a box. So you have, you know, all this. And I'm like, yeah, this is the third time, people. Come on. Why are we... I mean, this Jason Bourne gets away better than these people. You know, it's like, I know that's a movie. But I'm saying, come on. Like, we had better security at my preschool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and then not only that, they each must have their own security, because J.D. Vance's security was like, boom, let's go. They literally grabbed him and pulled him out, and then it was like Trump was still sitting there.
Did you see the guy stand in front of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, like, you're right. They probably each have their own people. Like, if this happens, da-da-da, you know. But still, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand in front of you. I'll catch the bullet while other people are getting him out. So it's like, well, one guy did take a bullet. He did get a shot. So...
Yes.
I don't know if it was the guy that was in front of him, but
it wasn't. It was someone outside in the lobby.
Yeah, but he just bulldozed right through there, like Steve McQueen from Cars. Just, you know, went right through there. It's like that was crazy. All you seen, you know, like in the cartoons, the movement, it was so fast.
Yeah, like they're
you know, you didn't see what it was. What was that? And
Well, and think
crazy.
about it. If he had a team, if he had partners, or there was more than one person, it would be devastating. People would be all over the place. Does it keep being these, lone, whatever they perpetrators? Yeah, right. Okay, so one day it's not going to be. It's going to be a couple of people, and it's going to be bad. I guess I'm
Mm-hmm.
just more upset. Like, we can talk about that event and stuff, but I'm more upset that this keeps happening. And then, um, before the election, Twitter was, X was a lot of news. I could get a lot of news. Now I can't get a lot of news. It seems like I went into this algorithm of kind of trash, so I don't go on that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see one, the reporters for TPUSA. She was like attacked, and she went to like an ICE protest, and then they were like hitting her and pushing her on the ground, and it was a family, like a mom, a dad, and their adult daughter, and they were
Mm-hmm.
out of their mind, raging crazy to push her on the ground, to hit her. I'm like, this is so, how did we get where we are? How did we get where we are?
Well,
Again, I go
I
back to
might
that
have.
book.
You
I
have
go back to the
feelings,
book.
and oh, go ahead.
We keep doing it. I go back to the book. Everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. Keep your hands to
Yeah.
yourself. Treat people how you want to be treated. Like, they were screaming in her face, blowing a whistle, and then she was like, and then hitting her and then pushing her. It's like, oh, how did we get here? And
Yeah,
she's a
it's
young girl.
crazy.
I wouldn't want to live like that.
Well, it is nuts. It's like you don't even know who you're going to run into anywhere and why people act the way they do. But it's like, I can have my opinions and not like somebody's behavior over something, but I'm not going to freaking go like trash talk them and make a big scene about it in public, or um, threaten harm on somebody over my opinion differing from theirs. That's where things have fallen apart. No one can communicate anymore. Everybody always instantly on the attack and getting offended about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's bad. Like, if you're that way, with people you're supposed to be friends with, or your own spouse or whatever, and if you can't even have a simple little conversation or a simple um, difference of opinion, and that's going to create all that drama. It's like there's an issue. There's a problem.
Yeah. Or how about having no conversation, and they just find out you voted for Trump, and then they delete you and send you your,
Yeah.
misogynist, racist, crotch grabbing pig who raises your children to
Mm-hmm.
hate, blah, blah, blah. It's like, again,
Yeah.
what we learned in kindergarten. And I think we did learn
But,
that throughout kindergarten and up, where we had, when we were older, you'd have mock trials or mock this or mock votes, but it was like, even when we were little, it's like, what color should we paint this backboard? And then the class gets to vote. I realize it's not that simple in life, but you have your values and you have what is important to you, and then you go vote with that. And then they're just screaming and carrying on, and I don't know.
mm-hmm. Well, I haven't been going on Facebook that much, and
Yeah.
gosh, in the last year, I'd say. And then probably around the end of the year, I really cracked down and was just like, you know what, I need to just not be on here, because otherwise I'd be unfriending everybody. I
Yeah.
did like unfriend a lot of people, and mostly because of the scene that I was in, what I was doing. It's like, okay, I don't really know these people. A lot of people friend request me, you know, and so it's like I don't really know some of them
Right.
personally. Just, okay, you want to be my friend because I promote music, whatever. Anyways, now I have just cut out a lot of the people I don't know that were vocal on topics that were in a hateful, negative way, I just, you know, peace out, mother trucker, because I don't need you as my friend. And my life is so much easier without. And I don't realize how much time you spend on these thinking apps. I mean, it's like I've even cut back even being on TikTok as much. But I mean, like I literally that's where all my time is at is TikTok. To keep up on a lot of stuff. I very rarely log into X, maybe once a week, and I'll probably scroll for about 5 minutes and I'm done. Facebook, I can get on there. I probably spend like maybe 15, 20 minutes a week, maybe 30 minutes for the whole week. You know, that's how much I've cut back because I log on like once during the week, and I can catch up on everything I need to catch up on. That's important. Hopefully I don't miss anything, but you never know. But what I don't know won't hurt me.
I know. I did that too for the first time after Charlie Kirk got shot. One girl wrote something very horrible, and I responded, and I in a very emotional way, not mean at all, just a very sad way, like how much it affected me, and how can you laugh at somebody who's affected by this, whatever. And we stayed friends. I did not delete her because we are actually friends that text each other and, you know, go back and forth. We have not texted each other and we haven't Facebooked each other, but I still love her. And I mean, if she wants, she obviously didn't delete me knowing what I said, but I did delete a couple of people because someone wrote, I didn't say I was okay with Charlie Kirk getting shot. Charlie Kirk said he was okay with him getting shot.
I don't think so.
Because he was
for the gun.
Yes, because he wasn't for the gun control.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, that's a really limited and manipulative way of putting that. And then, you know, the people that liked it, that I was mutual friends, I deleted all of them because I'm like, that is a human being who has children and a wife and who is endured by so many people. And I don't know what he's done in his life that you wouldn't think is outstanding, or if he was a cult leader taking bribes. I don't know that. I don't care. I saw him speak. He moved me. He moved me to be more spiritual. I thought he was an amazing person. And it's horrifying. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. So I don't want to be friends with people that feel that, oh, that's funny and that's something to joke about. I'm just done, you know?
Yeah.
And I realized...
And then like Jimmy Kimmel, who freaking gets on TV and says something stupid, you know, and then it gets him canceled, and then he ends up back on, but apparently he said something else that was not very...
It was horrible. It's disgusting.
I don't know what he said recently, but it was something to do with the dinner thing.
He said Melania,
you know, or...
He said Melania is an expecting widow. Like, you would be an expected mother. She was an expected widow. And then
wow.
he got backlash.
What a jerk.
Like, oh, it's just saying because she's younger than him. And it's like, well, you didn't say that about Jill Biden. She's younger. You didn't say that about Michelle Obama. She's younger. It's just gross. It's gross. And, you know, my friend who deleted me after 30 years of friendship posted a picture of the JFK car with Jackie, except it had Trump and Melania as, you know, if it would be Trump about to get his head blown off all over his wife. And he said, we can only wish. And I didn't say anything. Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, those are the ones I just kind of like scroll by.
I cried. I literally cried thinking, my friend, 30 years, and it's so sick, right? It's so sick. So you really want to see the president's brain blown out on national TV all over his wife. That you can only wish. And then
what's that?
Yeah. What was the squirrel that died? Peanut. They confiscated Peanut and a raccoon and killed him.
Oh, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So I went online because I have a ton of squirrels. So I printed a sign, and it was about this big, and it said, "Squirrels for Trump, justice for Peanut." And then I put it out in my yard. It's literally this big. And I put it out in the yard by our little statue that we put the nuts in for the squirrels. And so a big fat squirrel came and got some nuts, and he's sitting by the side. And it's like the cutest picture.
Did you
And
take a picture of that?
I don't care who you vote for. You can't not think this is cute. Oh, he sent me a text and he said, "You're a pig. Republicans raise their kids to be racist, sexist, misogynist, disgusting, like blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, okay, my son's black. Like, I don't, how am I going to raise him to be racist? Be racist against yourself, whatever. Anyway, no. And then just wrote all this horrible stuff and then deleted me. And I was like, But when you put that stuff about, his head blown up, it was, I cried because it's just sick. It's sick and it's so sad that this is what we're coming to. And so when I turn it all off, I go outside and I meet people and I think that day when that happened, I was outside by our front door, and a UPS guy or Amazon came to deliver a package, and I just had this huge, heavy heart, like that he had wrote all that stuff about me. And then this black guy comes up to deliver the package, and he was like, "Oh, you're sitting out here enjoying this beautiful day. I can't believe that's so gorgeous," and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. And that's super exciting because I get a package. Like, what make my day better? And we were laughing and talking. And then he was like, "You have a great day." And I'm like, "You too. Thank you." I'm like, "You really cheered me up." And he's like, "Yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah." And so I was thinking, that's the real world. That's the real world. We do not hate each other. We are not we are not being racist. We're not being misogynist. We're just doing life. And I'm like, I'm done with it all. Because it's so gross. And it gets so depressing.
And there's no reason that politics has to even come up in any environment. It's like you just walk outside and you'd be like, "Oh, so, what'd you think about blah, 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 the White House?" It's like, that shouldn't even be a topic of conversation in any environment, just to make conversation, because that's just looking for
you know how
trouble.
bad it is? My neighbor, she was walking her dog, and she comes over, and I think this was either Charlie Kirk or the first time they tried to assassinate Trump or whatever. And she's walking her dog, and then I'm again sitting on the porch, and she comes up, and I meet her like halfway in the driveway, and she was like, telling me whatever the event, and I'm like, "I know it's terrible, blah, blah, blah." And then she's like, "I knew that you voted for Trump. I knew you were, I don't know."
She was baiting you.
Huh?
She was baiting you.
Yes. She what? No, but she was a Trumper. But she's like, "You can't tell anyone."
Oh.
Like, it was a secret, So she was like, she took all this time to figure it out. Like we'd talk a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and it's like we have to be secret about it. It's so weird,
So it's like until you know for sure, you can't just be like,
"Aren't you so sad they almost shot him?" You have to be like, yeah, you have to be like, "She passed the test. We'll see. Okay, I'm pretty sure." And then you have to proceed with caution. Like one time I had a Trump pen in my purse, and the guy next to me was like, "Do you have a pen I can use?" And I was like, looked in my purse. I had other pens, but I'm like, "Yeah." And I pull out the Trump pen, and he looks at it, and he's like, and I was waiting to see and he was like, "Yeah, that one. Awesome." And so I start laughing, and it's like, if he would have said something else, I would have been too bad. Don't ask me for a pen, but you never know.
I would have been like, red or blue. which color? They both write in black, but which color do you want?
Okay, well, what's so funny too, when I went to vote, I had a t-shirt and it says "Just Say No." You know how the drug Nancy Reagan. Just
Yeah.
say no. I love it. So I got that shirt. And that wasn't for drugs. It was for a lot of things. And then I wore red sparkly high tops. And then this lady in line, she's like, the Converse. Love the Converse. Like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, they're red. But
guess who I'm voting for?
Yeah, it didn't dawn on me that Kamala wore Converse all the time. Because when she was like, Converse, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, they're red. It was like, she was obviously thinking, yeah.
You were voting for Kamala.
Like, sorry to confuse you. But that's so weird.
Well,
like, it would just be like, who cares, you know?
Yeah.
It's a little
what the world has come to.
I know, it's a little bit cuckoo.
You know, and this is what's crazy. And I'm like, I think about this and I'm like, you know, let's say 25, 30 years ago, no one was as involved in politics like they are now, especially people of our generation or the upcoming generations that are getting involved. It's like nobody freaking ever talked about politics really, except for maybe our dads, but like now that's all that's on social media, and it's kind of ironic that social media even became a thing in the last 20 years, but that's the agenda, that's what they've pushed out, and now that's what people are talking about. So even people, the younger generations this is what they're saying, so it's like it's being pushed out there so much. And I think more so since Trump has been the first term he did, and then the joke of Joe and his little falling down stuff, and then now Trump again. So it's like it's a laughing stock. I mean, everything. It's a joke.
Well, this neighbor of ours, she posted on her Facebook that her daughter, I think she was at church. I don't know. Maybe not. And they were at some group event with the little kids. And they were talking about thieves and liars. And she said, the little girl, who's like 5 or 6, she said, "Oh, Trump." And the mom thought that was amazing. She was very proud of her daughter for saying that in this group of little kids that he, they were talking about thieves and liars, and she equated that to Trump, and the mom was beaming with pride. And I'm like, that is so disgusting. And I remember 25 years ago, whatever, talking to my son, who was 5 or 6 or whatever, and the only thing... Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find my plug for my for my laptop, because I need to plug it in. I was like, I guess it would look funny from me. I'm trying to find my stinking, oh God, hold on. Gee, mini Christmas.
Anyway, my point was, all I talked to my son about was when they had the hanging Chad controversy. I didn't go on about which president is good or bad or what you should think. It was just like part of history because they were debating the hanging Chads. So I thought that was funny, but I don't think it's appropriate for 6-year-olds. But now that's what we do. That's
and of course now it'll be like every Chad. Who were you named after? The voting ballot. I named Chad after the voting tabs or whatever they're called.
The Chad Gate.
Well, man, there was something else I was going to say. I don't forget. Oh, dang it. Oh, well. It'll come to me probably when we're done.
I know. I always have my pen and paper because I'll write it down if I'm going to say something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were talking about something, and then it just kind of made me think of something, and then I was like, oh, I'll wait until she's done, and then I got distracted because I heard the doink in my ear, and I was looking, I'm like, oh, I should probably plug this in because I'm like, I think the light switch is on. It should be charging, but then I'm like, oh, it's not plugged in. So, yeah, all of those went through my head and wiped out. Yeah.
I just told you I have ADHD.
I'm like, that's me. And it's like, oh my God, I could be like, Dylan always told me that. You know, he'd be like, oh, look, Mom, or look, a squirrel. You know, because I'd be talking about something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, whoop, switch to a whole different topic. Mid-sentence, be like, I get sidetracked by something. You know? I know, and then I forget what I'm doing. I'm like, oh.
This totally matches your hat. See my little.
Oh, yeah.
Your hair. It's so cute. My little warrior.
I gotta make your gnome and your shirt, and then I'm gonna send your package. So
I love it.
I gotta crack down. I gotta go find a nice, like a pink shirt that we. And
I'm doing the back. I'm gonna move and do the background different. Not this. That picture up there came with the house. I don't like it, but we never took it down.
I think it's cute. I like it.
Yeah. I was going to put our wedding picture in the middle of it because I'm like, I don't even know what, But instead I have a picture of a goldfish that one of my students brought. It was bring your pet for blessings at the school, and the priest would bless the pets. And the kids who couldn't bring them or forgot could draw a picture. So she forgot her picture at home. So she wanted me to draw a picture of her goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't draw very well, but she loved it. And she carried it around, and she had the priest say a prayer for her goldfish.
Oh, sweet.
So cute. I saved it. And look at all her little hearts she drew on it. All the pencil hearts. Like, yeah. Yeah, she was a doll. I loved her. She was so sweet. Yeah. I miss teaching for that reason. Those kids are so cute.
Well, we did clean our garage out a little bit. We took
good.
a truckload of stuff to the Goodwill.
Nice.
Friday. It was Friday we did that. So I was able to get to my backdrop holder, so I can put that behind me.
Okay.
To cover this mess. I don't know. So let's see what kind of background I want to come up with. Yeah.
I have some ideas.
Well, I want to get banners made, like that picture I showed you earlier.
That was so cool. Did you send that to me?
What?
The logo?
Yeah.
Yeah? There were so many. I don't remember.
Yeah. That one I did with, I think with Grok. It's like, here, make me with, like headphones and purple hair and a beanie hat.
So many Groks. I had so many, and they were so hilarious.
Mm-hmm. So I sent in the pictures. I said, turn this into this, and then turn this one into this, and that's what. Nice. And I was like, oh, those are cool. I like them.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Can't believe it. So cool.
I was like, caricature type.
Yes.
Is what I wanted, so that's what he did. Or it. The AI. The AI artist.
That artist is pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes.
I know I did one.
Except for he's not very nice when it comes to critiquing, okay, I said, can you rearrange my furniture in my living room? And, and then it's like, well, you need to move, the kitties are a nice touch, whatever. We won't have to get rid of the kitties, but you do have a lot of cat toys and whatever. I mean, if you see my living room, it's like the cats own the house.
Yes.
And it's theirs. We just stay here. And so it's like they're spoiled and they always get toys. Big toys. Little tents and tunnels and whatever. They have their own little toy basket, and they'll go and pull all the toys out and knock it over. Yeah. I'm like, okay, we need a catio. So I'm like, you need to build a catio for the back so that they can go out. And then, I mean, if I had one room I could just designate to which, if I rearrange things again, I want to move the love, because the middle room that we have has the love seat, and it's kind of technically like the game room studio type thing. And this is my craft room. But now I'm thinking, okay, now I want to move that love seat back in here where it was originally. And then I could put like little jump things on the wall that the cats can jump on. Because like, if I could, I would have extended it and made this their playroom. Because they have the French doors and it just opens up to the living room.
Yes.
And so they could just run in here. They like to look out the windows, stuff like that. So I don't know. I could kind of combine it into that and this, because I'll probably still do my podcast in here because I have the other desk. So I just got to get this one out of here so I can have room.
You might want to do it before Mom gets back so she doesn't complain.
Oh, yeah, she'll be watching this.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. I'm not scheming, Mom. I'm sorry.
No, I've told her. I'm like, it takes up a lot of room, and I can't do the things that I want to do. Are you laughing?
No, I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have said that. We're busted.
No, well, she knows I've been wanting to downsize a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, and this desk just doesn't work for me for what I need to do. I'm like, I have no workspace to craft, So what's going to happen is once we get the garage cleaned out, I'll have a space that's just for me, and then I can have all my stuff out there for crafting or whatever. And then my husband will have the other side of the garage for his tools and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then still be able to park the car in the garage.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah. So that's the plan. But I want to have a spare bedroom also. So with my mom moving back in, she'll have her room. So I want to make the middle room the spare room again, and then put this back as the den / whatever,
Yeah, you have a lot of
desk in here. Yeah, and then put the TV on this wall in here, and then the love seat. So it'll be the game room. He can sit in here and play his video games. Basically, that's what it's for.
Very cool. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a lot of room, really. I feel like I don't. It's weird because I go from that 2-bedroom apartment over here, and it was just like, oh yes, all this space, and it was just me and my son, and then now it's like, oh, I have so much shite.
Well, over the years, man, it adds up.
Yep, and now I'm just like, I want to get rid of everything. Because at one point, I think I'm just kind of resigning to the fact that I may just end up staying in this house. Because I don't think I'm going to find anywhere, unless I find a really super awesome deal. somewhere up north that I would be happy with, at the price range that I'm looking, because I
Yeah,
want to
not in
be able
this
to get,
market.
yeah. So, I mean,
Not
who
this
knows? We'll
market.
see in a couple years, or it might be
Right.
5 years down the road, who knows? But either way, I just need a home base. This is my home base, at least for the winter, and then in the summer times we could just be like, hit the road, Jack! Hitting out on the motorhome and go wherever for 6 months and then come
Yeah, that
back
would be
here.
awesome. Very
So
cool.
that's my plan. So it doesn't matter whether, as long as I get everything paid off the way I'm planning to in the next couple years, then it should work out.
Very cool.
Gotta have goals.
Yes.
Whether,
definitely. And motivation.
And I'm just always, yeah. Gotta get my husband motivated.
We just got a lawnmower. We just got a lawnmower, so my husband's motivated. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're tired of paying way too much to have our grass cut, our leaves raked, and all that.
Right.
So.
Well, and it's like, I know, in my backyard, I need somebody to come and do it for me, because I'm like, I can't do it all. And that's the only way it's going to get done, is if I go out there and just freaking start doing it. But I need it hauled off. I mean, like, I'll bag stuff up, but unless, now the truck's fixed and working, yeah, we'll see. It just needs to get done, period.
Yeah, you guys don't have anyone to pick up your stuff, right? We do. We just put the bags out and they take it.
They won't take that. Like, you can put it in the dumpster and they'll take it. But if you have a lot of, like, yard stuff, I don't know. They don't do bulk pickup anymore here. You have to actually call and arrange it. Because I don't even know if they're out there still. I put 2 bed frames, a single bed, and a futon out front for anybody to take, and no one's taking them.
Oh, man.
Usually when you put stuff out for bulk pickup, everybody comes by and just scavengers through everything. Well, now that we don't have that, and you put stuff out there, sometimes people will stop and grab it, but I guess I'm going to have to put a sign out there that says, free! Right. This is what this is this. Just buy a freaking mattress for the bed.
We have guys who come through in the trucks every day before garbage day, and they do it.
Yeah, ours is, they change it now. Both our recycle and trash gets picked up the same day, but no more bulk. They used to do bulk pickup every 3 months, scheduled, but they stopped doing that. You have to call.
We have, the town that we live in, we're lucky we have unlimited. So you could put whatever out there at any time.
Wow.
Yeah, sometime where we used to live, you had to get stickers. No matter what you had, your regular garbage, you had to have stickers on it. So you had to pay for the stickers. But here, I've actually had people bring their garbage to my house so that they don't have to pay extra because they'll pick it up at my house. Yeah.
Huh.
I know. We were lucky. Not that we have a ton of stuff, but it's nice.
Well, I'm sure the HOA will be sending a notice because we have that stuff sitting out. But they don't know whether or not we put it out there for bulk. It ain't like the HOA would know, right?
Right. They don't know if someone's coming to get it. Yep.
Right. And then, we'll just be like, it's not out there anymore, so stop bitching about it. Find something else. Find another thing that you can get me on, mother trucker.
I know. It's quite annoying.
Yeah. I hate the HOA, and they know I hate them. My next door neighbor's on the board. He's a president of the HOA board. And
have you ever went to a meeting?
No, I never pay attention to when they are, and then I forget about them. I'm like, I'm gonna go because I want to find out who this freaking person is that keeps sending me notices. But oh, I froze. Burp. But yeah, he like I'll ask him. He like because he gets notifications of everyone that gets a notice, so he knows like when we get one, and then he'll be like, don't worry about it, because it's like he'll kind of say whatever to them, it's like nitpicking stupid stuff, like, oh my god, your tire is touching a rock. You cannot park on the rocks. Hello.
Yeah.
Come on. Really? Right. The tire is still on the pavement, but oh my god, there's a rock touching the tire. They'll write you up for that.
Well, we had a 3-car garage, but it was sideways. So you had to go down the driveway and turn into it.
Oh,
instead of just go straight. And it was super long driveway. And we were moving the cars, which we had a lot of cars at the time. And we were moving them. And I had like the Hummer right at the end of the driveway and then the grass. And so Tom just moved it onto the grass. And then got the other cars out, did what he had to do, back up. And then we got a violation saying that we always park on the grass. And I was like, it's like for 10 minutes. It was like 10 minutes.
It's like I swear, I think they just sit out there and just watch and stalk me, Yeah. And I've literally caught them. I mean, like, I'm only like the second house from the road. So they turn in, they park right in the no parking zone of the street.
Oh, nice.
Next, and then, so I'm like, I wonder if that's the HOA person. I would, like, there's been times where I've sat out there in the mornings because I'm like, I'm going to catch that biatch. And, like, what am I going to do? Other than, like, I like, stuff like this, like, when we were decorating at Christmas and we had, like, all, like, candy cane lane design. And then I made a big, like, the poster boards you get from, like, Dollar Tree. And I made Santa's naughty and nice list. And I put the name of the person from the HOA on there as on the naughty list.
Did you get a call?
No, but
I did. We were renting this house. It was the hugest house we've ever had, and it was like a mistake. The person renting it, like the company, was out of town. They were in a different state, and it said it had no basement. It was like a couple bedroom and 1 bathroom or something. It was super weird. But I went to look at it, and it was a full basement. It had 5 bedrooms, and each bedroom had their own bathroom. Mm-hmm. It was like a suite for each room. It was insane. Okay. We were so excited. So we were renting it, and we had 4 foster kids. So they all had their own room and their own bathroom, and it was like a little hotel. But they wrote us up on everything. We had a little pool in the backyard for the kids, and they said you couldn't have a pool. Like, it's a blow-up pool, but they said you couldn't leave it out. I'm like, so you really take that down every single day? I mean, here it's humid, so you have to take it down eventually or clean it out. Like, you can't leave it there. It would be a cesspool, right? So it was only there a couple days. But then they wrote this whole list. I swear we had like 30 infractions. They said we had lawn bags.
How would they know? Like, how do they know how long that pool's been sitting there?
It was
like,
so
how do
gross.
they not?
They said that we burned the siding with our grill. It was too close to the house, and we burned the siding. That was actually mold on the siding. And so they had to go up on our deck to look, like, to be that, it was so gross, how invasive. And they said we had lawn bags out, and there was one time we had a lawn bag out because I was clipping stuff. But it was hilarious because then me and my girlfriend, we were at the house, and we had a couple cocktails. So we decided to go around and look at the neighborhood. And I knew where the HOA president lived, and he had a pool in his backyard. So I took a picture.
I did too.
And then, well, this you're not allowed to have. It was the same one I had. And then we went, like, this person had like they didn't have a lawn bag. They had like 30 lawn bags sitting out in the, like, left in their yard. Like they were going to continue the next day. Well, we took pictures, and someone else had like tires holding their basketball hoop down. Like we had a basketball hoop. They said we couldn't have it. And then someone else had like old tires on theirs. It was so fun. We had like hoods and sunglasses, and we're like lurking around, and we were just laughing our butts off. But I sent it to the HOA with all the pictures, and I sent it to the homeowner because he was renting to us. And then I was like, so does everybody get the list, or only people who have foster kids and are renting get picked on? Never heard from them again. And I was like, yep, that's what I thought.
You said that to the landlord or to the HOA?
Both. I copied the landlord in and sent it to the HOA, and I was like, I'm calling discrimination here, people, because the president has the same pool I have in his backyard. Little, Miss Mary Perfect over there has lawn bags. This dude has tires, and that isn't friggin' burnt siding. It's mold, because it molds in the summertime here, And I was like so frustrated, but it was hilarious. Wow. And yep, never heard anything again.
Yeah, they don't bother me as much. I mean, especially with the street parking, because people would park in front of my house all the time, and then I get notices for it, and I'm like, that's not my vehicle. It's like, why are you writing me up?
That's so weird. How are you supposed to control that?
Right. And so they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll remove it then, And I'm like, why are you even, why? I have no control over who parks in front of my house. My neighbors, people come over and park in front of my house all the time. I can't control that. I've asked them.
You have wide streets. You have very wide streets. Like, there's plenty of
our block. Yeah, just this block.
Well,
everywhere else.
I'm saying? Like, okay, because I was like,
yeah, all the other streets are narrow. And it's hard. I mean, I feel bad for even if like an emergency vehicle had to go through the street, it would be very difficult because the street. That makes sense. If anybody's parking on both sides of the street, only one car can go through at a time. I can understand that, but with our street, it is wide. It's like the biggest wide street in this neighborhood.
Yeah, so it's like, I remember really wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's like now they did away with the street parking violations. They can't fine us or give us a notification for it anymore, which is good because like when my mom is out, her car was parked on the street like the whole summer or whole winter. So, so they can't. As of last January, they had to not. So when they sent me a violation, I wrote back and I said, as far as I last knew was that there was no longer going to be violations against street parking because it's the city or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so you're going to have to remove that. Remove that or strike that, So, so they did. And then I never heard anything about it again. But then it was like our tree stump because, I had that tree in the front yard. Well, it got struck by lightning and it was like cut in half. And then it was like, and then in one day it was just dead. It was dead. It looked like the freaking Nightmare Before Christmas. And so it was great for Halloween to decorate that tree. But
I bet.
After, it was probably like that for about a year or two that we just didn't cut it down. I'm like, it would cost me like $400 to have someone come and cut it down and to get the tree trunk out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we cut it, and then it was like there was a tree trunk there, and then they once in a while would send a notice on it, and I just ignore it because I'm like, yeah, okay. If they see me, like, you paying for it? You paying to remove it? Because I don't have the money to remove it.
Just put a potted plant on it and say it's a decoration.
Well, I was gonna put a bird bath on it. I was gonna, and then I thought of turning it into like a little gnome house, and I'm like, it's my yard decoration, but they'll be like, you have to put a tree there.
Fairy garden.
Because technically you have to have a tree according to the bylaws or whatever. But yeah, I'm not planting a tree. So finally, My husband went out there and cut it all the way down to the ground level, and then we just covered it with rocks. And then
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm putting pavers across from the sidewalk up to the walkway to our door, because the only way is to go through the carport. Well, the cars are there, so it's kind of hard to do that. So anyway, I just thought, well, I'll make it easier. So I'm in the process of doing that. I got to go buy more pavers and more sand, because I decided I wanted to double up on the pavers instead of just doing one
Yeah.
row. I'm going to do 2 rows side by side. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
well,
got to get more.
we had these 2 little dogs. I forgot so we had a pug, and he was like totally blind. And then we had a bulldog, and she was super old and couldn't walk that much, but we had this little deck, and they would just go down like 5 stairs to go to the bathroom. So I put these little spikes and then a little rope around this to make a where they can't leave the area, and they didn't. They would just go to the bathroom and come in. And so they said I couldn't have a fence or whatever. It was a little rope on spikes. But I was like, okay. But people had like a garden with chicken wire that looked like garbage. That was fine. So then I just put potted plants, and I had these boards from these, whatever. We put the boards, and then we put plants on all of them. And the dogs would just, and we made the same border, and they would, bump into it or see it or whatever and not go. They weren't trying to get out. They were just, anyway. And then I put a sign that said, "This is not a fence, it's a garden." I'm just like, they were just trying.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Okay, pay attention. This is what this is, because I know you're going to read more into it and say it's fence. But this is what it really is, Oh my God. Hello to those that don't know what they're doing. I hate that.
My husband was like,
I hate the HOA.
Yeah. My husband's like, "You're taking this a little too far." And I'm like, "I will not lose."
Right. I mean, like, I'll be damned if they're going to find me for this or that. I'm going to fight them tooth and nail. And I'm like, I know they hate me, because I'm just like, "You're not going to get this one either."
I put up these, those little things you can put around your garden. The fence is like this high.
Yeah.
Like a little teeny, you just put them in. I put that, and they're like, "No, you can't have a fence." Well, it was so funny because I have the pug and the bulldog. And
oh my God.
Yeah. So the dog was barking one time, and I looked out there, and I was like, "Oh, you think you're all bad?" Like, I was joking, because there's never anyone. We were really like backed up against woods. Well, there was a man out there. There was a man out there checking the meters. And so he starts laughing, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know there was someone out here." And like, they're not mean dogs. And he goes, "Yeah, I kind of figured I was safe versus the height of your fence." We were both cracking up. I'm like, "Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Like, you can tell they're not guard dogs when the fence is this high."
Yeah, funny. Oh my goodness.
They were so cute. Yeah, but I had to take those out because that was a fence, and then I put just boards, which look like garbage, and then I put pots on it, and I'm like, "This is not a fence, it's a garden."
Yeah. I'm so like, "Oh my God, we got to get this done. We got to trim the bushes. We got to do this. We got to make sure there's no weeds. If you see a weed, pull a weed." It's like I'm so like anal over everything in the front, because I don't want to get, I do not want to give the HOA the satisfaction of having anything to write me up for. So I'm like, I am always like pulling weeds or whatever. But I finally got sprayed. I'll tell you what, the exterminator that I have, which she's just an independent, business for herself, but she is the best exterminator ever. Really? Because she don't mess around. Most of these exterminators, everything's watered down. It has to be, because nothing ever works. Or you have to be on a contract where they come out like every month or whatever and spray. You should never have to spray that much, because I'll tell you, the first year she probably sprayed maybe twice, and then maybe sprayed like the next year, okay, once. But then I have not had to call her out here to spray for weeds in 2 years.
Wow, she did do a good
I didn't
job.
have I did not have to get any sprays. Didn't Maybe a weed or two would pop up here and there, and then I would just pull them. But um, yeah, the stuff she doesn't mess around. I'm telling you, when she sprays, it's like a power hose out there, and she sprays every inch, and it works. I've had her spray for bugs too.
Now,
This
you should
time
put her
I did
card up
both.
at the end in the comment section for anyone who wants to use her service.
Yeah, if you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
If you're in Arizona, for sure. Sabra's exterminating, whatever. I don't know the exact name, but yeah. I used to promote her stuff when I would do the music.
Yeah, I have to go.
We've been an hour.
Yeah, I'm taking my son out to get some college stuff done. I'm very excited for him. So
fun. All right. Well, I gotta go eat something so I can drink my medicine.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, well, it was good talking to you.
Yeah. So, well, maybe tomorrow we'll be back, and we'll find something else to talk about besides HOA and the president.
Sorry to
all right, well, anyway,
people, but it's too much.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all could relate, and if you can, drop us a comment, and let's, whatever, anything else you want to talk about, leave us a comment. Anyways, we're glad to be back.
Have a good day.
Keep on talking freely. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. All right, you gotta speak up, speak your mind. All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.